Many people know the Titanic as the greatest shipwreck, but there was an even greater maritime tragedy. On January 30th, 1945, the largest shipwreck in history took place. The sinking of the Wilhelm Gustloff. Once a luxury cruise ship, it was repurposed during the final phase of World War II as an evacuation vessel. What was meant to be an escape from war ended in a catastrophe at sea. The Wilhelm Gustloff was built in 1937 as a symbol of Nazi Germany's pride. It was designed as a propaganda tool, allowing German workers to enjoy luxurious vacations. But when World War II broke out, everything changed. The Wilhelm Gustloff was converted into a hospital ship and later, a troop transport. By January 1945, Nazi Germany was collapsing. The Red Army was advancing, and millions of German civilians were desperately trying to escape. The Wilhelm Gustloff was assigned to evacuate refugees, wounded soldiers, and naval personnel from Gotenhofen, now Gdynia, Poland, to the safety of Germany. The ship was never meant to hold so many people. More than 10,000 refugees, including thousands of women and children, were crammed aboard. Conditions were chaotic. People slept in hallways, on decks, and even in the engine room. There weren't enough life vests or lifeboats for everyone. On the night of January 30th, 1945, the Wilhelm Gustloff set out into the icy waters of the Baltic Sea. The ship should have had a military escort, but due to the chaos of war, it was left vulnerable. Captain Friedrich Pedersen made a fatal decision. He turned on the ship's navigation lights to avoid collisions with other German vessels. This made the ship an easy target. Captain Alexander Marinesko, of the Soviet submarine S-13, saw an opportunity and fired 3 torpedoes. One struck the bow, the second hit the engine room, and the third destroyed the swimming pool, where hundreds of people were sheltering. Within minutes, panic erupted. People rushed to the lifeboats, but most were frozen in place and unusable. Many jumped into the icy water, where they succumbed to hypothermia. The ship slowly capsized and disappeared beneath the waves. Of the more than 10,000 people on board, only 1,200 survived. Some were rescued by other German ships, but most drowned or froze to death. The sinking of the Wilhelm Gustloff remains the deadliest maritime disaster in history, far surpassing the Titanic. Today, the Wilhelm Gustloff remains at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. The wreck is a mass grave and a reminder of the horrors of war. The disaster has been overshadowed by other shipwrecks, but the tragedy of the Wilhelm Gustloff should never be forgotten. One of the greatest maritime disasters in history, yet few people know the story. Let us never forget the victims.
Please subscribe for more history videos.